Well, in the first place, you collect the data, but you need to know why. So there is always that understanding of you're getting the data, but what is the purpose, so that you can then label it or organize it in the right way. I think we don't really have a problem with data. I think there are mountains of data out there. The issue is how to access it and for what reason. What reason do we have those data accumulated? So the way to be smart and try and keep thinking forward will be very much related to how you are labeling and giving meaning to the data. Also, it's about how you contextualize the data. And of course, I imagine that we're talking not only of quantitative data, but we can also have the qualitative. But on that front, then, yes, what do we mean? No? What variations of data could be stored? Who has access to them, and how is the data interrogated? So really the big issue, and where we need to get smarter and smarter, is on precisely the classification, the organization, and the way that then this gets communicated, so how this is presented at the end. We have also issues with the storage in the long run because of these ethics, no? So also what we have is responsibility. So is the data safe? Is it okay to revisit it 5 or 10 or 15 years later? So that is the issue. I mean, collecting is only the beginning. It needs to be done, and I feel it's very it's wonderful to hear that you believe that it's possible to have a successful collection approach. So that's already something. But then you need to complement that with a very, very careful strategy of organization, of accessibility, and then, very important too, and a strategy of in which cases or when is any of this data needing to be destroyed just because it could be compromising. So I think, the question is never completely over. I also always discuss the need for comparability. So make sure that when you have had your collection of data, in parallel to that, you keep a log of how this was done, so that if variations are needed or if the approach to interpretation changes, you can retrace. No, you can really understand how the meaning or interpretation of the data might change over time. So it's not a small task. But it makes initiatives such as ECoC Watch really important. And my hope is that there is a safe and a continued future, a sustained effort to commit to its protection in the long run.